Hello, I want to welcome each and every of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important. Hello. Welcome once again to another exciting new episode of Teens Reality TV show on Life Changes Touch TV YouTube channel. Remember, I am your lovely host, Pastor Udo, will be welcoming every one of you returning viewers and new viewers. Whether you're teenagers, parents, guardians, teachers, whoever you may be, you are in the right place and ready to enjoy so much that is made available to you today. We are still on our ongoing series, current issues being faced by teenagers today that need to be addressed. I've made mention of the fact that we cannot be silent, we must speak up. Sometimes it is the silence that causes even more danger than the danger that they are seemingly in. Because when you do not speak up, the danger can continue. When you keep silent, it worsens even further. But when you speak up, the danger can be averted and then rescue or help given in a timely manner. So, as usual, today we're going to be looking at two more videos discussing current realities. And in fact, one of these, we made mention of in our last episode about the fact that some people may think that parents are too controlling. Even parents themselves, those especially who were raised in homes that you felt like your parents restricted you too much, and now you've made up your mind that taking care of your own children, you're not going to go down the same route. You're going to do it differently. You're going to give them so much more liberty than you yourself were allowed to experience for yourself. But the question is, how much freedom do they really need? How much freedom is good enough for them? And that thing you think is actually controlling is actually care. Are you aware that so many people who have been allowed to go in the way they want or in the manner they want and have lived to regret it and have wished desperately, if only my mom had been more assertive about me staying home, maintaining, observing that curfew, not hanging out with this particular group of people that even though I know she wasn't comfortable with, she has spoken out about it, but she did not push enough. She was not insistent enough or urging me to give up that friendship, give up that relationship, or wait for a better, more opportune time. My life would be so much better. How many teenage pregnancies could have been avoided? How many abortions stopped in time? How many lives of children saved? So many missed out going to the university, to college, some had to drop out of school, a bright career ruined. And until they're able to get back on track with the help of God or other family members and friends who are going to be there for them, some continue to spiral out of control and end up becoming a liability and a burden to society. I want us to watch this very first video now so you get an understanding of who really your parents are and who the real enemy is.
Parent is too controlling.
Yeah.
And restricts you from certain things or other things. How do you deal with that?
It's a teenager we have here and feels like the parents are restricting you. You want to do certain things, like sleeping over at friend's house or whatever, and then we have these annoying parents who say no, right? We all experience that in our life, all of us, right? Allow me to tell you a story. I read about the story and it really impressed me, touched me. We have the wolves. The leader of the wolves, the alpha, sent his messenger to the head of the sheep. And the message was, listen, all this hostility between us, all this hate between us, all this fear, all this anger between us is because of the dogs who are guarding you. We have nothing against you. We want to be friends with you. You guys are animals. We are animals. We want to share this beautiful country. We don't want to be restricted. But the dogs who are guarding you are chasing us, are barking at us, are scaring our children, are scaring our woman, and that creates resentment, that creates hate, and that makes us angry. We don't want that anger between us. We want to be friends with you guys. We want our children to grow up together. Let's be one. We're all animals. Sheep, as they are, started to see the dogs in a different light. They didn't see them anymore as protection. Their thoughts changed, so their feelings changed, and so their behavior toward the dogs who protected them always changed. What did they do? They saw them as restriction of their freedom. And day by day, the frustration increased and increased. Why this? Why this? I want to do so much. I want to explore the world, but my parents don't let me. So the sheep went to the boss of the dogs. Say, listen guys, you're not our protection. You're not our friends. You don't want the best for us. All you guys are doing is you're holding us back from life. You're holding us back from true friendship. Because the wolf said, do you really think that only the dogs can protect you? Don't you think that we can protect you too if something happens? Why you rely just on one source? Sheep, as they are, said, on the other side the grass is greener. You guys are no protection for us. You guys are making our life miserable. We can't breathe with having you guys around. Just looking at you guys frustrates us. We're walking away. We're doing our own thing. And we're gonna run and go for life. The dog said, do as you wish. The sheep went, and at that night, the wolves had the best meal of their life.
Well, welcome back. When I stumbled onto this video, what captured my attention was the story that was used to depict the relationship, the complex relationship between children, parents, and the outer world. The other party who is trying to gain ground over the children, gain mastery over them. And you see it. The same analogy employed is what you're seeing today. Those parents you feel are too controlling, who are not letting you live your life the way you want, can be likened to the dogs in that story who are guarding the sheep. And why were the dogs put in charge of the sheep? Because the sheep themselves don't know how to protect themselves. You see, it is so easy for one of them to fall into a ditch or fall off a cliff, and you see the rest racing ahead to fall over with the other one who's gone tumbling down. No concept of the idea that this is something dangerous or that they are heading towards where there will be no possible safety or delivery for them. And that's how you are as teenagers. You've not seen everything there is. So when you have dogs placed in charge of you, like the way the dogs were placed in charge of the sheep, it is because the shepherd, because now there is a shepherd in the picture here, who realizes that even when I'm not there, I need to be sure that the sheep can be monitored and protected from danger. So the shepherd installs those dogs as a protective guard. I made mention of the fact that children are a gift from the Lord, they're inherited from the Lord. So as parents, you do not really own those children. God just gave them into your care. You're like a steward over that child. They were made in the image of God, and God is saying, I'm entrusting this child to you. Yes, that child carries your DNA. The child was born by you, the mother, you understand, by having relations with your husband. And now you have these kids. But in reality, they belong first and foremost to God, and He loves them. So God is like the shepherd. You as a parent are like those protective dogs, keeping those sheep in safety. And now the enemy comes like the wolf. And I always tell you, the Bible describes Satan as someone who masquerades himself as an angel of light. He's utterly evil. There is no light in Satan. He is utterly wicked, evil. Darkness is in him. But now he knows he's not going to win any points by displaying that darkness before that evil. People are going to run away, yes. So what does he do? He plays on your thoughts first of all. See the statement, when the video was being played, it showed a gradual progression from thoughts to feelings to behavior. You attack a person's thought pattern so that their feelings can change. You try to make them change how they have been reasoning in the first place. So see the opening statement. Oh, there's no need for all this hostility between us. I want to break down that wall of separation. Let's be friends. Let's explore together. Let's do things together. So the enemy is coming right onto your top and now telling you these kind of lies. Oh, I'm not really against you. I have your best interests at heart. All I need to do is give me an opportunity. And that opportunity, your parents know how dangerous giving that opportunity to the wolf is. And they're trying to protect you. They're trying to tell you, no, 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 no. And you're like, no, you're being headstrong, you're being rebellious. They don't care about me. They don't love me. They care about my happiness. They will not try to restrict me from doing what I want to do. And yet, in actuality, it is because they love you that they're restricting you. They are controlling you. So when the wolf is able to get this new thought pattern that the dogs are the enemy instead of himself, the wolf, the dogs are the enemy, the mindset of the sheep changes dramatically. How many of you have met some new friends recently as teenagers? You're a teenager watching now. You've met some new friends and they've begun to introduce some kind of wild concepts that goes against the grain of your upbringing. The way you know you were raised to be morally upright, respectful towards your parents, hardworking, diligent, obedient, respectful. And now you see a new class of people coming around you and they're like telling you, challenge the status quo. Do things the way you want. Do not be hindered. Do not be limited. It's your life to live. You only live once. They come with all these kind of slogans that seem to make sense to you. And now your thoughts are changing. Your mind is changing. From that thought, your feelings begin to change. Suddenly there's a kind of, I can decide for myself. I don't need this. I don't need to be told what to do. The feelings towards your parents, that respectful attitude begins to change. Where before there was value for their words, now you are showing disdain. You're no longer listening, you're cutting them off before they speak. You feel like you already know what they have to say. Like, good mom, I don't need this kind of pressure. Allow me be myself. Allow me do what I want to do. I'll deal with the consequences. You get so bold, you can actually make that statement, I will deal with the consequences, because you've never met the consequences yet. So at that naive state of your life, you think it is something you can easily deal with. But it is not so easy. Then your thoughts having been changed, progress to your feelings, and now your behavior changes. Where before you're obedient to observe times of curfew, times of, okay, you need to be at home, you need to do these chores, your homework and stuff like that. Now you're going all out in the opposite direction. Your behavior has changed, your attitude towards your parents or to other individuals that have authority over you. You're no longer listening. You just want to do things your own way. You don't care about what is happening. And then what happens? It begins to react in different ways. You begin to show off yourself in different ways. A new you has been born. A new you has been born that no longer listens, that no longer cares. And that's the worst. You no longer care. It's like whatever your parents are saying goes in one ear and goes out of the other ear. So in and out, there is no retainership in between. To realize that this is counsel that is necessary, that I need for myself. It is just cut short completely. And you become like a wild child, what they call a free spirit. I'm doing my own things the way I want. I'm hanging out with my new friends. I feel good. I feel great. Life is, as I said, the grass is greener on the other side. Where I am right now, too much of a controlling hedge. It's time to break out. It's time to break forth. Do what I want to do. But there is something indeed waiting on the other side. And that's what we'll discuss when we come back from this quick break. This is still Teens Reality. Feel free to reach out to us using the number +234 813 929 2708 or send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstouch.org. We'll be back shortly. Hello, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important. Welcome back from that quick break. Thank you for staying tuned. Just looking at the story depicting the analogy between parents, teenagers, and the outside world or outside friends that are trying to like come in and corrupt the teenagers. So I've made mention of how there is a progression from a change in your thoughts and your mindsets because of the new suggestions that are given to you on how controlling or how limiting your parents are. And it shifts to a change in your feelings and your emotions regarding those parents who were once so very important and vital to you. Where before you treasure their words, now it's like there's a kind of you despising them, you're looking down on them. You're thinking to yourself, oh, these people don't want me to live life to the best of my ability, the way I want, not the way they want or they've defined for me. And at that moment, they know what is out there. They're trying to protect you from it. Then it progresses to a change in your behavior now. That is evidenced by the new feelings that have come to life within you. Behaviors of what you now see outward rebellion. You're rebelling against what has been those defining rules that have kept you. Those rules that have ensured that there was no major catastrophe in your life. Because many times when kids want to rebel, they want to go against the parent, they've not asked themselves, up until now, I've not experienced any major losses. I've not experienced any major like heartbreak or something painful from obeying my parents all these years. Why suddenly is it now that you think that continuing to obey them is to your own detriment? Why? Because if you want to be logical, you need to check all of the facts, check the pros, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, and ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because we see in the story, see what happens. The sheep gather amongst them, they make the decision. Okay, dogs, we don't need you anymore. We've decided for ourselves. We want to be friends with the wolves. You are limiting us from exploring what the world has to offer. And the dogs say, okay, we allow you to do things the way you want. We'll give you your space. We'll give you your freedom. And the very moment the dogs leave, the wolves don't even give them a chance. They come visiting to have a meal. And they descend upon the sheep. And say the statement, it was the best meal they ever had. That's what the devil does. He chews you up and he spits you out, the bones. Eats up the flesh till nothing is remaining. Till you're broken and wounded. You know, I've seen kids who felt they wanted to go their own way and they come down, drug addicts, broken, humiliated in body, mind, and spirit. You see them, it takes years to recover from the abuse they endured. Simply because of that decision, Mom, Dad, I don't want to listen to you anymore. I don't need your input in my life. Because many of you are at this point. Many of you are at the point where the thoughts have come in. That's just where you are. Your feelings have not really changed fully towards your parents, where you're now ready to have your behavior show its forth. If that's where you are, you can make a stop right now because you've seen the end of the story. Some of you have got to the point where your feelings are all choked up. And I want you to stop now and think to yourself, am I really willing to go through on this new path I've decided for myself? Do I want to face the destruction that is lying in wait for me at the other end? Because it is not all flourish, it's not all roses. You know, beyond this video, you can research for yourself. That's one thing I like about the internet. It shows you the good side and the bad side. Research for yourself. You will see stories. You can even tell your parents, okay, I'm seeing this, I'm just watching this show online and I'm liking it, and I'm like, I want to see if I can get more perspective. And you ask them and they help you direct to other problems like this that will show the realities that other teenagers are facing. And the story is, if only I had decided to listen, if only I had decided to be patient and not throw off that controlling care for my parents, my life would be so much more better now. Some of you have got to the point where now you're openly being rebellious. You've begun to go down the drain. You're going to say you start using drugs, taking alcohol, smoking, drinking, sleeping around, missing out on classes, ignoring assignments. You're not showing up for any schoolwork or any participation in anything you're supposed to be doing. Some of you even made the decision, I'm not continuing my education. I want to drop out. Drop out for what? Not to go like learn anything else or get involved in business. No, just because you think it's not important. and you're still living with your parents. You're still dependent on them. You cannot take care of yourself. How funny is it that the person who's telling you to drop those chains is not willing to take care of you or teach you how to fend for yourself in the right way? If you're at that point, any of these 3 points we've mentioned, there is still hope for recovery before utter destruction occurs. It is time to retrace your steps and come back. Time to retrace your steps. I would have loved us to watch another video, but we'll be watching it in our next episode. But I want to leave you with these truths. Your parents, what you them as being controlling, is their care for you, is their love, is them protecting you from the danger out there that doesn't reveal itself openly. It disguises itself until it has a hold, until it has sunken its claw deep into you and there is no hope of escape. And I don't want you to get to that point where it feels like there is no other alternative. I just have to keep going with the flow. You can become clean if you become a drug user. You can come clean. You can speak to your parents and get help. Let them help you get clean. Let them help you put you back on the straight and narrow. Most especially, God Himself wants the best for you. Remember, He stands in the office of the Good Shepherd. If He didn't love you, He would not have put those dogs in the first place to protect the sheep. So He loves you, so He gave you your parents. Value them. Treasure them while you have them. There's so many who've lost their parents to accidents, sicknesses, illnesses, like terminal illnesses, untimely deaths, and desperately wish for such care in their lives. If you have your parents, I'll urge you, go give them a hug and let them know that you love them. You appreciate all of what they have been doing for you. Appreciate them in this month more than ever before. Thank them for their love. Thank them for their consistency. They've been consistent over the years. Remember, they are not perfect. They are doing their best to ensure that you become a well-rounded individual. So thank them, appreciate them. And most importantly, allow them do what they need to do to ensure that you'll be safe and secure. All right, thank you for your time today. I'm sure you've learned a lot. In fact, you have a lot of questions. I urge you to please send in your questions that I want us to discuss. Even if we're not going to be able to address them on the next episode, we will be coming to them shortly. So send me your questions, based on your dealings with your parents recently that you want us to discuss deeply and offer you insights onto the number +234 813 929 2709 or send an email to teensreality@lifechangerstouch.org. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Until I come your way, same time, remember, your parents love you, they care for you, so value them while you can. Stay blessed. Hello, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the maiden edition of Teens Reality TV Show. I am your host, Pastor Udo. Our vision is to create a new brand of teenagers who can get to understand who they are, who they were created to be by God, and helping them navigate this life easily by His help. It is so important